Let's boost your English skills.
Hey there, listeners. Welcome back to the Boost English podcast. I'm Olivia, your host. It's great to have you with us again. Today, we'll have a friendly chat that will boost your English skills and hopefully make your day a little brighter. How's it going, Billy?
Hi, Olivia. I'm feeling good. I grabbed a quick coffee before we started, so I'm all set. How about you? Everything going smoothly?
I'm doing just fine. The weather's been a bit unpredictable lately, but at least the sunshine came out this morning. It's nice to have a little warmth, right?
Absolutely. I love sunny days. It puts me in a better mood and helps me stay motivated. By the way, I'm sure our listeners appreciate some small talk, but we've got a really interesting topic today, right?
Yes, indeed. For anyone new here, this is the Boost English podcast. Each episode, we talk about a specific topic to help you improve your listening and vocabulary. Today, we're going to discuss how to deal with pressure. We'll share 5 ways to handle stress and keep a cool head.
That sounds amazing. I know a lot of people feel pressure in different ways, like at school or at work. This topic should be helpful to many folks.
Agreed. Before we jump into those 5 tips, let's just chat a bit more. So, Billy, how was your morning, besides grabbing your coffee?
My morning was pretty relaxed. I woke up early, did some stretches, and read a couple of news articles. Nothing major, but I like starting my day in a calm way.
That's a good idea. I might try that routine. I usually rush a bit in the morning, so maybe reading something light would help me slow down. All right, I think we're ready to get into our main theme now.
Yes, let's go for it. So, how to deal with pressure. We can face pressure from deadlines, people's expectations, even our own personal goals. It can feel heavy, right?
It really can. So let's introduce 5 ways to handle pressure. Number 1, identify the source of pressure. Sometimes we just feel tense or stressed, but we don't know what's causing it.
Right. If you don't know where it's coming from, it's hard to fix. It might be your job, maybe your family, or a big test coming up. If you clarify the source, it's easier to decide the next step.
Exactly. So that's the first method. Let's talk about the second one. Plan and prioritize. When we have too many tasks, it's overwhelming. Have you been there, Billy?
Absolutely. I've had times with so much on my plate that I just wanted to run away. But writing down tasks, setting priorities, and creating small goals helped me a lot.
That's a good example. By making a list, you see what's important and what can wait. You feel more in control, and that can reduce pressure significantly.
Yes, and for me, using digital tools helps. But a simple paper list works too. Whatever gets you organized, right?
Right. Now for the third method, talk to someone you trust. Sharing your thoughts can lighten the load. It might be a friend, a counselor, or a family member.
I'm a big believer in talking things out. Even just saying, hey, I'm stressed, can help you breathe easier. Often, the person you talk to might have advice or emotional support.
Exactly. We sometimes bottle up our feelings, and that increases the pressure. But letting it out in a safe environment can be a huge relief.
Yes, it's also okay if the conversation doesn't solve the problem immediately. Sometimes you just need to be heard, and that alone helps.
So number 4, practice relaxation or mindfulness. This can be meditation, deep breathing exercises, or just taking a quiet moment to reset your mind.
Totally. I tried deep breathing exercises. I inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, then exhale for 4. It's quick, and it really calms me down.
I use a mindfulness app sometimes. It guides me through simple meditations. Even 5 minutes can make a difference in how I handle stress.
Exactly. It might feel odd at first, but once you get used to it, you notice the benefits. It's a great habit to keep.
Finally, the 5th method, reward yourself and celebrate small victories. Pressure often comes from pushing ourselves too hard without a break.
Yes, sometimes we forget to appreciate our progress. If you finish a tough task, do something you enjoy. Maybe watch a fun video, eat a snack you like, or just take a quick walk.
That's right. Recognizing small wins keeps you motivated and reminds you that every step counts. Now we have our 5 methods. Identify the source, plan and prioritize, talk to someone, practice mindfulness, and reward yourself.
Exactly. It might seem simple, but these steps are really powerful. They're not magic, but they give you a practical way to handle tension.
Yes. So, Billy, Have you used all these methods? I know you mentioned breathing exercises and planning. Anything else?
I've definitely talked to friends when I felt overwhelmed. That helped me realize I wasn't alone. My friend also shared how he dealt with a similar situation, and it gave me new ideas.
That's great. Learning from others can be a big help. I personally like the reward yourself step. After a long day of work, I treat myself to a relaxing bath or a tasty dessert.
Nice. That sounds perfect. I usually reward myself with a good meal or by playing a quick game on my phone. It gives me something to look forward to so the pressure doesn't feel so heavy.
Exactly. It's all about balance. We can't run away from pressure forever, but we can manage it in a healthier way.
Right. Sometimes people think pressure is always negative, but a little pressure can be motivating. It's about learning to control the level so it doesn't overwhelm you.
True, some people even perform better with a bit of adrenaline. The key is not letting it take over your peace of mind.
For sure. So I'd say to our listeners, don't ignore pressure, but figure out how to make it work for you instead of against you.
I love that. Now, we've mentioned a few interesting words and phrases during our conversation. Before we wrap up, let's spend some time explaining them. This will help our listeners expand their vocabulary.
Great idea. Let's start with overwhelmed. I said that earlier. Do you want to explain it?
Sure, when you feel overwhelmed, it means you feel like there's too much to handle. It's when you feel buried under tasks or emotions and it becomes hard to act.
Yes, you might say, I'm so overwhelmed at work right now, which means you can't keep up because there's too much going on.
Exactly. Another word we used was mindfulness. This means being fully present in the moment and paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment.
Right, it's a popular concept in meditation and mental health. For example, I practice mindfulness by focusing on my breathing for a few minutes.
Yes, that's a good example. We also talked about tension. Tension is a form of stress. It can be mental or physical. Sometimes your shoulders feel tight or your mind feels heavy.
Exactly. I feel tension in my shoulders when I'm nervous. It's a common way to describe pressure building up in your body or mind.
We also mentioned expectations. This means what people believe or hope will happen in the future. For example, your boss might have high expectations for your performance.
Yes. Or we have personal expectations of ourselves. Sometimes our own expectations can be even bigger than what others place on us.
Very true. Another word we mentioned was deadline. That's a specific time or date by which a task must be completed. Miss the deadline, and you could face consequences like losing points or disappointing your team.
Right. My deadline for submitting that report is next Monday, for example. It's a big source of pressure for many people.
We should also explain prioritize, which we mentioned with planning. To prioritize is to decide which tasks are most important and do those first.
Yes, it's a way to manage time more effectively. I prioritize my projects by due date and importance, something like that.
Great. How about lighten the load? That's a phrase we use when talking about sharing your feelings with someone you trust. It basically means reducing the burden you're carrying.
Exactly, it's like making your responsibilities or emotional stress less heavy. Talking to my best friend helped lighten the load.
Yes. Another term was cope, which we might have hinted at. Cope means to deal with something challenging in a successful way, even if it's difficult.
Right, for example, I cope with stress by taking long walks and listening to music. It's all about handling tough situations.
We might also define motivate. Motivation is that internal push or drive to do something. If you're motivated, you feel excited or determined to reach a goal.
Yes, absolutely. Like, I'm motivated to study English every day because I want to travel and communicate easily.
Exactly. Let's also talk about reward. A reward is something you give yourself or receive after you accomplish a task or goal. It's a little bonus that makes you feel good.
Yes, my reward for finishing my assignment is watching an episode of my favorite show. It keeps you moving forward.
Perfect. And one more, adrenaline. It's a hormone your body releases when you feel excited, afraid, or pressured. It can make your heart beat faster and sharpen your focus.
Yes, that's why some people say they perform better under a bit of pressure. the adrenaline kicks in and helps them concentrate or move quickly.
Exactly. We've covered quite a few words. Listeners, feel free to replay this part and practice these terms. It's helpful to hear them in a real conversation. Do you have any other vocabulary you want to highlight, Billy?
Maybe stressful versus stressed. Stressful describes a situation. Stressed describes the feeling. Like, my exam schedule is stressful. Or, I feel stressed today.
That's a great distinction. Sometimes learners mix those up. Keep in mind that stressful usually describes external things, while stressed is about how you feel.
Right. So if you say, I'm stressed because the exam is stressful, it means you're affected by a situation that causes you worry.
Exactly. Thanks for pointing that out. I think we've explained enough key vocabulary for today. Let's remind everyone of our 5 tips for handling pressure.
Sure thing. Number 1. Identify the source of your pressure. 2. Plan and prioritize. 3. Talk to someone you trust. 4. Practice relaxation or mindfulness. 5. Reward yourself.
Yes, those are the main strategies. Even if your situation feels tough, these steps can offer structure and relief. Try them out in daily life and see what works best.
We hope these tips in our little vocabulary session help you deal with challenges more confidently. Remember, pressure is normal, but it doesn't have to control you.
Exactly. And listeners, let us know which tip you find most useful. You can share your experiences in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. We love hearing your stories.
Yes, please do. It's always inspiring to see how people manage their lives in different ways. Also, we'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the Boost English channel for more episodes.
Definitely. We release new content regularly to help you with English listening, vocabulary, and even some cultural insights. So stay tuned.
I'm already looking forward to our next topic. Talking about these ideas helps me reflect on my own life and habits too.
Me too, Billy. This conversation reminded me to keep prioritizing tasks and reward myself once in a while. It's easy to forget.
Right. Life gets busy and we all need a reminder sometimes. That's the beauty of these chats.
Exactly. Well, listeners, thanks so much for joining us today on the Boost English podcast. Remember to practice the vocabulary we covered and try these 5 methods for dealing with pressure.
Yes, thanks everyone. Keep learning and keep going. Pressure might be part of life, but you can make it work in a positive way. Take care.
And with that, we'll sign off. I'm Olivia, and we'll see you next time on Boost English. Thanks again, Billy.
My pleasure, Olivia. Take care, everyone. Talk to you soon.
Bye, listeners. Stay motivated and stay positive. See you in the next episode.